Okay, we got 12 minutes and 8 seconds on this one. So I was reading this, even if you can call it a book, Choice Theory, and of course it's written by a piece of shit American who doesn't understand anything about anything because, yeah, do you have visa problem? Do you have internationally belittled nationality? Yeah, I didn't fucking think so. So this piece of shit is saying how to live your life. People give you information, and you decide how to deal with this information. Yes, I'm Iranian, and I want to enter a room and say I'm Iranian and don't be perceived in 50 different ways. So it's not information, is it? It's just a bunch of retard people writing things and thinking they know everything about everything. But yeah, at least to this day, mm, the only thing that matters is you gain as much as power as possible, and in the hierarchy of actual beings, 8 billion, 9 billion, or whatever, you are at the top. Because sure, leading is great, sacrificing yourself is great for the storybooks and whatever, but people who actually live a life are those who dominate. And who knows a piece of shit who wrote a book about choice theory other than 3 people? And I don't give a fuck because everything is relative, and everything is relative to the world around it. So if you put a pen on the desk, it's shaping the space around it. It's moving molecules. And the human consciousness and human mind and human whatever encapsulates a human is the same thing. What I call a destiny weight, or some people call it like destiny weight. I call it existential density, that there have been millions of people in the world. There have been so many people who woke up and they continued existing and then they died. There is not even a single artifact of them left. No name, no heritage, nothing attached to their names. Not even names, they even ideology. Because names can be forgotten and relative, but if your ideology is shaping how people think, that's the perpetual presence that you can have. That's the closest form of immortality that exists. So when I read these books that they say, oh, love people, be respectful to everyone. Everyone is respectful towards me, towards my fucking nationality, towards that a piece of shit European is provided 7 layers of comfort, and I don't get that because my deadbeat dad and my whore mother are fucked in the wrong country. So why should I be good to another person who doesn't actually deserve to be treated right to begin with? Why should I suffer and have all of these objective discrimination against me because of my nationality and none of my choices, and be good to these pieces of shit. Sure, I'm gonna be good to them. I'm gonna be wonderful to them today because I have little power over them. But as soon as I secure power over them, why wouldn't I treat them as I have been treated? Sure, it perpetuates the cycle of cruelty. I don't give a fuck because if I'm at the tail end of receiving pain, any kind of pain, and when the tables turn, I don't inflict the same. Sure, on one hand, the cycle of cruelty is gonna continue, but even if I don't do it, someone else is gonna do it. And even if I build a system, the whole thing about the world is that there is this hierarchy of people. There is not resources for 8 billion to have a yacht. There isn't resources for everyone to be king. So you have kings and you have peasants. And the only fight in history of humanity has been what metrics determine kinghood and peasanthood. And my core problem is that your date of birth, your place of birth, has nothing to do with your worth. And the only thing that I'm gonna do, and I'm doing, is that I make a TikTok scroller piece of shit, a European or American or whoever, who doesn't contribute anything to anything, starve to death. Because why would I be the one who is better in cognition, in perseverance, in persistence, in everything, and is still judged by my nationality? And it's becoming an insider joke that wherever I go, it's like, oh, it's not your fault, but it's not a good nationality to have. If my nationality wasn't a problem, I wouldn't be in your shitty country. If my nationality wasn't a fucking problem, I wouldn't have to put up with people 4 standard deviations beneath me. Of course, I'm gonna play ball with them and I'm gonna play nice to them, but as soon as I secure power, I'm gonna literally flush the toilet with all of these pieces of shit. Because why someone else, this is my core philosophical problem, that when someone else has power, using it is regulation. When you have power, you use it and becomes cruelty. Power is the same thing. You're making others bend to your will. And you prepare the environment that makes people follow your will. Why I need to read these pieces of shit nobodies in history of humanity writing about regulating people? Because people must love each other, people must respect each other, people must not control each other. Okay, I'm not controlling anyone, but there's still 50 people trying to control me through their systems, regulations, everything. So why I do not crave power to control them? It's the same thing, literally, like everyone is talking about child murder or whatever. It's literally the fascination is that if you go outside and kill a European, he is innocent. But if the Europeans Brussels whatever regulations are systematically starving another country and robbing their immigrants dry and then send them back to their shit show and shithole, that's civility. What's the problem? Like, it's literally the same thing with social media. You're consuming the same species. If you are a cannibalistic kind of person, if you literally grill the meat and have a Michelin star, five Michelin star quality to the meat, you're still eating human flesh. The same thing is happening with digital presence. You're consuming another species. I don't give a fuck if it's behind the screen. You're consuming another life. It's the same thing with systematic injustice. What's the difference between actually killing a person in person or delegating it to the fucking system? I literally have this friend, and she is a policymaker in Canada, and she literally says, jokingly, she has a Chinese background, and she literally says, why would I discriminate against you when it literally makes me look bad when my system is already doing it for me? And this is the tragedy of the world, that these pieces of shit kind of books that are like for psychology, for whatever, they're just excusing the actual system in place, because the system is the one that gives them the platform to produce that work. And of course, they're gonna get the self-fulfillment and satisfaction of writing a book. Of course, this person has nothing to actually worry about, because for them, life is good. For the rest of the world, who gives a fuck? But when it comes to you doing the same, you become the villain. I don't give a fuck. As I said, if it's gonna make me write the rules to burn Europe, so be it.